Suit.
Alright, so game 2, Intrigue vs Tech27. Let's get started. And this is on Andromeda.
Oh, fantastic. That's what they needed, a bigger map. Okay, well, you sort everything else out. tec27 is the orange Terran in the top left, and Intrigue is the brown Zerg in the bottom left. I'd use clock positions, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean.
I hope
Say this, did you also say?
Tech27. I hope Tech27 chooses to go for a more economical build on this the larger map, because 3 Racks Academy before second CC, even I remember that's not a build that was used much past 2004.
I think that when a player is less confident in their ability, they tend to go for a more kind of all-in kind of style. Simply because they're like, well, I might get lucky. They might, forget to make their sunkens into, make their sunkens, or miss-scout it, or just, get lazy, and it can happen. The better player can feel a bit, overconfident and maybe be a little bit greedy, and then suddenly, the rush comes in, and even with the better micro or whatever, suddenly you just find yourself in a really bad position. Intrigue actually...
Not just that, but you saw at the beginning of the last game, no matter how much better Intrigue was, and I mean, no matter how much he overpowered him, that bunker at the beginning was a real concern. Like, the bunker got up without too much difficulty, the SCV got away for a long time, the Marines got into it, like, there was a real problem there for a little while, until the extra production kicked in and more Zergling got out. Like, that was an issue. I think that when you're not as good, certainly as someone who's not very good, the temptation to believe that having fewer things to manage at any given time is going to benefit you means that playing for the early game is really tempting.
Oh, yeah. I think that if Tech27 had brought a few more SCVs down with that bunker rush, it could have really done some damage. Like, I mean, you saw how much it kind of set Intrigue back in the early game, just with, like, it was just a single SCV and walked some Marines down from a barracks. Like, that... When you consider how much more damage it could have done, say there were like 5-6 SCVs buffering there, he could have easily, I think, taken out that hatchery. Whether that would have been worth it or not is up for debate, seeing as, once you start pulling SCVs off the line, you're essentially, neutering your own economy, and the Zerg can just choose to play off one base, and that can actually work pretty well.
On the plus side for Tech27, he's scouted the right direction first, while Intrigue is scouted the wrong direction with both drone and overlord.
What's weird, I don't understand why you would send
the drone to the same location.
Yeah, the same location that your overlord was going. It's kind of pointless. Like, why was this here? Because, I mean, he could have easily... I think this overlord would have already been in Tech27's main. I mean, if she'd sent it straight there. But looks like it, just 1-Rack's gas this time. Perhaps a factory is going to come up, some sort of mech play. And I think mech play can be pretty good in this map too, because you have got that nice kind of overhang over the natural. So assaulting the natural against tanks, if they're positioned really well, is kind of really, really tough.
It is a factory, and it's not as late as my 300 gas factory, but it was still quite delayed.
You were doing the double factory play, weren't you?
It was fashionably late.
You put the 2 factories down at the same time?
There's a...
Okay, so he's extractor rushing. I mean, this is a standard play. I often build extractors at my enemy's natural expansions.
While my lings are on the way up?
Because
what does he have? 2 Marines against 4? Oh, 3 Marines now, so not much hope.
This is a bait. It's like that the retard magnet from SE2 with the Overlord, but this is an extractor instead. And oh my god, it's gonna work.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 Marines for free. Fantastic.
Well, I mean, when you say for free,
no.
Okay, he got 1 Marine and it cost him a drone
he didn't
and an
cancel the
extractor. I'm not
Of course,
quite
it's at a
sure, like,
cost.
trade-wise, whether that was worth it, but still, I mean, he's actually getting Intrigue's getting a really quick third up this time. I think probably going to rely on Tech27 not scanning that, because I think if he did, he could easily just, like, walk over and kill it, because, I mean, Intrigue's getting Sunkens up, looks like, she wants to turtle in her main, but, with this third up, if this goes unscouted, I mean, this is going to be really, really tough for Tech27 if that economy kicks in. Also, another advantage of this gas rush here, essentially when tec27 expands, he'll have to kill the gas before he can mine from it. So essentially delaying the gas mining of your opponent by...
Well, in fairness, it is already below half health. Like, it's not going to take a long time to knock it down.
Well...
Especially, well, he's just walked a marine out, so who knows if he'll sacrifice it too.
And another advantage of this is that when you're thinking about a stronger player versus a weaker player, the stronger player should have better multitask, right? If you can distract your enemy, like the weaker player, in any way, like say you just build an extractor there, and now tec27 has to think about moving marines down to kill it, move them back without dying to zerglings, and suddenly, you know, macro goes out the window, etc, etc. It is actually a 2-fac here. 2-fac vulture with speed. So this is... Okay, wait, he's doing... Okay, wait...
He's killing the extractor before the vultures come out.
Just 1 second, I'm just pausing the replay for just 1 second. So...
What? This is preposterous. This is a sham. You've made a mockery of this.
In game 1 of BioBoy versus Sadistics, do you want to tell me what build you were doing? Sadistics.
Was I doing the same build?
You were doing...
I actually have...
tec27 has copied your master build, the +1 speed vultures.
The integral part of the build is also amassing a giant bank of gas for...
Yes, yes.
Well, he's definitely getting started on that as well, so...
What gets me is
But
that
I
he
can
moved
only
his
assume
marines to kill the extractor first, as though he were waiting until the vultures could slip out without being seen, but then he got the last hit with the vultures, as though it were integral to the strategy that he give it away just before he leaves his base.
What?
And then he goes
And the
immediately
vultures are
to
actually
someone
going-
else's main.
What?
completely
wait,
wrong main.
what?
Which...
Like,
What?
he's already scanned.
He's looking. No, he's
Why
looking for hidden expos. He's looking for hidden expos. He's gonna find it too. Holy
Jeez.
shit!
Problem is, he's more clever than we are. Like, he's looking for the hidden expo.
No, my
He's
question
dead.
is, how did he steal your build? I mean, these games were played before we cast. So was he observing your game, or did he?
Oh no! I've heard of this. This is morphic resonance. It's when animals in completely different scenarios, but that are close together, like not close enough to communicate, inexplicably adopt similar behaviours. Like hedgehogs piercing the foil lids on top of glass milk bottles in the 80s, and then in exactly the same way, you two losing all of your vultures to zerglings, and stockpiling way too much gas.
Oh, well, I mean, these games are very similar. Except that BioWare went for mass hydras, which is much more effective. Actually doing some decent micro there, and I mean, the thing is,
I
like,
think he got away.
why is he getting +1? I mean, let's say Intrigue was rushing for +1 carapace. I think these vultures are actually just gonna... Okay, well, they were going to kill the expo, and then they started running away. So...
What, did one of them just attack another one? No, they attacked the gas. Sorry, I thought they were attacking one another.
Oh, they're actually dropping mines out now.
Fantastic. That'll teach those zergling.
I think this harassment is actually throwing off Intrigue by
Yeah.
quite a lot,
yeah,
and
well,
she's
well,
getting
the
Hydralisk and
Hydralisk and
Inspire at the
Inspire.
same time.
It's ridiculous.
Oh god.
Down to 30 supply, or 33.
But yeah, there's really, I mean, Intrigue was, she was greedy. I mean, she was greedy, she went for the fast third without any tech to back it up, and now she's getting punished. I mean, this is like, really, just, like, stellar play here from tec27. Spire has begun, and
tec27 is now picking up his expansion as well, which is even nicer.
the problem is, there's no anti-air up yet. I mean, there's no eBay. +1 has finished, right? +1 has finished on tanks, but
On the tanks, yeah.
tec27 needs to start Goliath production or turret production sometime in the next minute, because there's going to be 9 Mutalisks appearing very, very soon, and I don't see anything to deal with it. Like, I feel like Mutalisks are going to fly in, and then tec27 is going to GG. And it makes me feel really bad, because the fact that this Vulture attack did so much damage.
Oh, he slips by the Sunkens and loses 3 vultures.
When you say slips by, you mean was denied by, right? Is that...
He did get... No, he got past them. He just also died.
Okay, past. I mean, it depends on your definition of the word past. Like... I mean, okay, fine. You got past, but not very far.
Yes. I'm also kind of curious as to why he hasn't sieged the tanks. Like, he has siege mode, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, say a lot of
killing.
Zerglings came in, the siege could end up just killing the other units. Maybe? I mean, yeah.
And he's repairing the tanks now.
Yeah, but the problem is,
But,
okay, there's one Goliath and no Goliath range, and there's Mutalisk.
Oh, he's just started to get siege mode now, so he doesn't actually have. He's just at the machine shop idle for a long time.
Oh, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, the Zerglings might do it on their own before the Muta get there. Oh, 2 Muta! The first Goliath is out! Second one halfway done.
So there is a Goliath, 5 Marines, and a
Marines.
single medic.
Against how many Mutalisks? 8? 9?
Should be 9.
Well, there have been worse scenarios. I can't name them, but I'm sure there have been. He's just lose all the tanks.
no.
My god.
Not getting Goliath range either. This is... Okay, just starting Goliath range, but...
Did he cancel siege mode together?
I'm not sure. I don't think it matters, there's no tanks left.
That's just unfortunate.
No, it really is. I mean, I think if he'd started that Goliath production earlier, he'd suddenly in a really fantastic position, but... it wasn't to be, and
He is upgrading his vehicle armor, and his turrets are going up in his main. I'm just not sure if it's anywhere near enough.
On the plus side, the turret is not supply blocked.
Holy shit!
You are the master of finding positives, I have to say. There's a silver lining. It's like, well, he doesn't have a base, but he is really mobile now.
Fair enough. Not supply blocks. Go tec27.
All the silver
What a
lining.
boss. Alrighty, so Intrigue kind of toying with his prey, her prey, a little bit here. And that's something you mentioned in chat would have been a Valkyrie coming out from the starport, but there is no add-on there, so...
What's particularly impressive is that tec27 blocked the expansion of the bottom right with mines, but none of the mines are actually where the hatchery would be, so Intrigue is now building a hatchery between 2 mines that I suppose we're supposed to
I
block.
think this is intentional. Okay, there's lurkers coming in front.
It's intentional, gross.
But I mean, let's analyze this mine placement here, right? So, let's say Intrigue sends drones at the perfect time, so they get there just as the hatchery spawns. Then a lava pops out, blows up all the drones that are coming back to return minerals at exactly the same time. Voila, genius mine. Right?
Yes, I suppose. Like, do you really think that that was the plan?
I have to, it's the only thing I can assume, right? I mean, there's no other explanation, so...
Yeah, there's no other explanation at all. There's not a single possible potential explanation that would be more likely than that.
Exactly. So okay, I'm glad we're in agreement.